Welcome back to Louis Teaches Piano. Today we are looking again in the real book at the popular jazz standard A Night in Tunisia by Dizzy Gillespie. If you are liking this type of content, please let me know by liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Let us know what you'd like to see in the next video by commenting in the description. So without further ado, let's have a look at Gillespie's A Night in Tunisia. There are two real aspects to this jazz standard that make it instantly recognisable. First, of course, the melody, but also this famous bass line. Now, one of the hard things about this piece, especially playing solo piano, is coordination between the left and right hand, essentially lining that melody up with the bass line. So that's the first thing we're going to tackle. So just to show you the notes of the bass line, it is in the music, which you should be able to see. It's written up here, starting on an E flat, B flat, D flat, E flat, D flat, B flat, and that's the first hand position. You want to be able to reach them all in one swoop, and then move your hand down to this D minor 6 shape. D, F, A, B, natural. Now, you'll quickly find if you are playing the solo piano, this gets in the way of the right hand. And that's because it's written for a bass instrument, if you're playing, say, in a jazz trio setting. So if you want to do this solo piano, we have to drop it down an octave to around here. Now, let's take a look at the notes of the A section in the right hand. So the melody, starting on an A, and it goes up a B flat minor triad, essentially. And again. Harmonically speaking, this whole A section is just moving from E7 to D7. And when we get to improvising later, this is important because really it's going back between these two chords, not really going anywhere. That's what we call modal jazz, which is very different from the language we see in the B section, which is more traditional bebop language. But once we get through the head, at least when I play it, I no longer stick 100% with this bass pattern. For no other reason really than it's particularly hard, but actually, even in a solo piano setting, some comping is not inappropriate, even rootless, dare I say. Although you can add the root in. Before we get to any of that, we have to put the left hand and right hand together. So lined up with our left hand, it should sound like this. So moving on to the B section, let's have a look at the melody and the chords, just played in the left hand. So the first chord is a half diminished. So that as a progression is 2, and then a 5, with a flat 9, being E flat on D7, moving to G minor 6, then a little on the end. So altogether that's. And then it takes the same melody shape again. And plays it as a 2-5-1 into F6. So that sounds like this. all together and then going back to the A section one more time. Sounds like this. So when you're playing solo piano, you're a one-man band, and your left hand can fill in the role that, or the responsibility that the bass player once would take. For instance, with this bass line, when it gets to the B section, we've got this real swing. There's no reason why you couldn't fit it in with a walking bass in the left hand. Now this might be more of an intermediate step than just playing the root chords, but nevertheless it's something you might want to explore. So I'll show you in its simplest form what you could do. So being an A chord, just generally an A, in this case half diminished, we can walk up. Like any 2-5-1 progression, you just simply walk one chromatic note and then you're at the D7. We could do that again all the way up to the G. So you could have one chromatic note there this time, and then F sharp, G. So and similarly for the 2-5-1, G half diminished to C7 flat 9 to F6. Earlier on I said this piece has two instantly recognisable aspects. Firstly, the bass line, and also the melody, but equally iconic is actually this bridge section, something we don't have in many jazz standards, and so it would be an incomplete tutorial to learn a night in Tunisia without learning the bridge section. In terms of chords, it's got some very interesting harmony going on, so let's just break that down now. It starts on E half diminished chord, so consisting of E, G, B flat, D. And the good thing about this melody is it's fairly stationary. We can keep our hand all in the same spot. A, G, E, A, G, E, A, E, G, E, A. So, and then E7 sharp 11, which is captured in the melody actually. Then down to just a plain D minor. G7 sharp 11. The sharp 11 here being the D flat. And then this is what we call a G minor major 7 chord. So that goes G minor 7, G flat 7, sharp 9, which would be the A natural, and this takes us to F major. So let's break that down a little bit more. These last three chords going to F major, starting on G7. That's what we call a tritone substitution. So it conceivably could have been G minor 7 to C7 to F. But instead of having a 2-5-1 progression going G, C, F, instead the middle chord in the 2-5-1 is replaced, substituted with the chord a tritone away, being G flat. So instead we just have G minor 7 to G flat 7 with a sharp 9, and then F major 7. Like that. So to give you an idea of the excitement which is built up through this bridge section, I will play it for you now. There we have it, guys. Thank you for watching this far. Please let me know if this was at all helpful for you in the comments below, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.